The following segment is sponsored by Eastern Title and Settlement and the Mortgage Link. Winning in a hot, hyper-competitive market requires shifting from reactive browsing to tactical execution. So joining us now to tell us more are Ben Goldman from Eastern Title and Settlement, Kathy Rehill from Beal and Rehill team of RE/MAX Distinctive, along with Carrie Rio from the Mortgage Link, who also has our deal of the day. Welcome to Great Day Washington. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Of course. All
Thanks,
right, Carrie,
Lane.
we would love the deal of the day.
Well, we do a ton of financing. Anything Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, VA, FHA, USDA, and non-QM loans. What we're focusing on now is a jumbo loan, a 5.5 ARM, offering 5 3/8% with an APR of 4.279 and 1 1/4 points. It's a loan amount up to $2 million with caps of 2, 2, and 6, if you know what that is, and then an index with a 5-year CMT.
Okay,
So
and
give
I
us
do
a
not
call.
know what that is. But hey, that's why they need to call you.
Yeah, give me a call. I'll explain how that works. It's a great low rate on a 5-year ARM. It's phenomenal.
Okay, excellent. All right, well, we will share all of that information again. Also, you've got a QR code.
We have a QR code. For any of the homeowners out there, click on the QR code. That's going to tell you the value of your home. And then for potential purchasers, you can click on that QR code, enter some information. It'll help you with some properties and share some information.
Okay.
And I'll reach out to you and we can have a conversation. We can see how we can help you out.
Okay, excellent. We will share that again. Kathy, thank you so much for being here. But we need to know, how can buyers remain competitive while still protecting themselves, especially in those scenarios where there's multi-offers happening?
Right, Elaine. Well, it is a hot market for single-family homes right now. And so what that means is as soon as a house comes on the market, you need to be previewing it, looking at it, getting inside, and more importantly, being prepared to put together a really strong offer. You need to have a good team around you, a great lender, a good title company, a realtor, everyone who can work together. And then you have to be, by being prepared, you have to be pre-approved. You have to know how much house you can buy because the sellers are looking for the most certain offer that's around.
Right, right. Now, you want to protect yourself before that offer is written, correct? You want all of this stuff in place before anything happens, before it's written, correct?
Yeah, you have to be pre-approved.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to waive your financing contingency and maybe even your appraisal contingency. And that's a risky thing to do. So talking to your lender and making sure that you can do that is going to put you in a very competitive position.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all about preparation. You know, like Kathy said, certain markets are extremely competitive, and you need to put yourself at risk of, you know, creating some concern. You know, waiving your financing contingency, your home inspection contingency, your appraisal contingency. In order to protect yourself, you need to do some stuff up front. We're not talking about just a pre-approval. We're talking about a full underwrite on a loan. You need to get all your documentation reviewed so that you know the loan that you need to get, it's approved. The money's there for you. You talk about the home inspection, you do that in advance. So at least you get to see what you're getting into, and you can decide to live with it or not. You can move on. And then as far as the appraisal is concerned, you have to know, and this is where Kathy comes in, she's going to determine how much is that property really worth. Are you offering more than what it's worth, and are you going to pay some additional money above a potential gap in the appraisal? So you have to be aware of that. So
Got it.
Knowledge is key. You're protecting yourself up front.
For sure. It's an emotional buy, right? And especially when it's high stress like this. Ben, what are your thoughts? What are some advice for people to remain smart and calm when it starts to get kind of heated and emotional?
Well, when it comes to on the title side, we're just going to want you to provide us with a lot of information. And what we ask the agent to do, if they haven't put the people's buyer and sellers email addresses in the contract to supply to us, because everybody uses technology nowadays. We're going to use a very, very secure technology platform because everyone's under cyber attack nowadays. So we're going to just want to know, are you going to be at settlement? Are you going to be out of town? Are you going to be utilizing a power of attorney? The more information we have up front, the better and the smoother it's going to be.
Yeah.
And we want everybody to actually watch. If any wiring is going to be of any funds, we want them to watch a wire prevention video to let them know what kind of possibilities are and what you have to do to make sure that you're not going to have anybody give you wiring instructions that you have not verified and never see that money again.
Right.
So that's the kind of things we want to let everybody know. Give us the information as quickly as possible so we can process it as quickly as possible.
All right. Well, knowledge is power. Ben, Kathy, Carrie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Elaine.
Of course. Here's another look at the deal of the day. For more, the number to call is 301-996-7432 or visit themortgagelink.com. And you can also scan the QR code on your screen right now to see the value of your property. And be sure to follow the Real Estate Top Performers on YouTube to get the most advice on buying and selling a home in today's market.